You'd assume these survival tips would save your life. Every single one of them can end it instead. Start with snake bites. You've seen it in every movie. Someone gets bitten, a friend cuts the skin and sucks out the venom. Here's what actually happens when you try that in real life. Venom moves into your bloodstream in seconds, way faster than any mouth can pull it back out. All that sucking does is tear open the wound more, push bacteria from your mouth straight into it, and now you've got a venom problem and an infection problem at the same time. Jellyfish stings are worse, because the myth here is almost universal. Pee on the sting to neutralize it. In some cases, fresh water or even urine can actually trigger the leftover stinging cells to fire again, injecting more venom into the same spot. You're not treating the sting, you're reloading it. Frostbite has its own deadly myth. Rub the area to warm it up fast. Skin affected by frostbite has ice crystals forming inside the actual cells. Rubbing that skin doesn't warm it gently. It shreds the tissue from the inside, like rubbing broken glass under the surface. Doctors call this mechanical damage, and in bad cases, it's the difference between keeping a finger and losing it. Bear encounters get people killed because of one bad piece of advice repeated everywhere. Play dead no matter what kind of bear it is. That only applies to a defensive grizzly protecting cubs or a kill. If it's a black bear, or if any bear is actively stalking you instead of just startled, playing dead removes your only advantage, which is fighting back. Wrong bear, wrong move, and there's no second attempt. Lost at sea, dehydrated, no fresh water in sight. The myth says, drink the seawater. It's better than nothing. It's the opposite of nothing. Seawater is roughly 4 times saltier than your blood. Your kidneys can't process that concentration, so your body pulls fresh water out of your own cells to try to dilute it. You're not hydrating, you're accelerating your own dehydration, and confusion and organ failure follow faster than if you drank nothing at all. Quicksand might be the most famous myth of all, thanks to decades of movies. Struggle hard enough and you'll sink completely. Real quicksand almost never pulls a person fully under. Human bodies are too buoyant for that. But here's the part nobody mentions. Panicked struggling still gets people killed, just not by sinking. It exhausts you, drops your core temperature faster in cold mud. And in tidal areas, the real danger isn't the sand. It's the incoming tide while you're still stuck. Lightning storms have a myth that gets people killed every single year. Lie flat on the ground so you're not the tallest target. Here's the problem nobody explains. When lightning strikes nearby ground, the current doesn't just disappear. It spreads outward through the earth like ripples in water. Lying flat means more of your body is touching that spreading current at once. The real move is the opposite. Crouch low, feet together, heels touching, minimizing how much of you is in contact with the ground at all. Riptides drown people because of one instinct that feels completely logical. Swim straight back toward shore, fight the current head on. A riptide isn't pulling you under, it's pulling you out. And fighting it directly just burns your energy against a current stronger than you are. The actual escape is swimming parallel to the shore first, sideways out of the current's narrow channel, then angling back in once you're free of it. If someone's choking, the instinct is to hand them water, help them swallow whatever's stuck. That instinct can make it worse. Adding liquid on top of a blocked airway increases panic, can trigger more coughing and gasping, and in some cases gets aspirated into the lungs alongside whatever caused the blockage in the first place. Water was never the fix. Back blows and abdominal thrusts are. Trapped in a house fire with smoke filling the room, the instinct is to open a window for fresh air. That fresh air is exactly what feeds the fire. Introducing new oxygen into a smoke-filled, superheated room can trigger a flashover, where the entire room ignites at once. The real move is staying low under the smoke, sealing the gap under the door and waiting for rescue instead of feeding the exact thing trying to kill you. Bee and wasp stings have a myth passed down for generations. Pull the stinger out with tweezers, pinch and remove it fast. Pinching the stinger squeezes the attached venom sac, pushing even more venom into the skin than the sting itself delivered. The actual fix is scraping it out sideways with a flat edge, a card or a fingernail, never squeezing toward the wound. Notice the pattern across every single one of these. The myth isn't just wrong, it's the exact opposite of what actually helps. Suck the venom and you speed it up. Pee on the sting and you trigger more of it. Rub the frostbite and you destroy the tissue. Play dead for the wrong bear and you remove your only defense. Drink the seawater and you dehydrate faster. Struggle in the quicksand and you exhaust yourself into a different kind of danger entirely. These myths survive because they sound logical enough to repeat, and because most people never test them against reality until it's too late to test anything. The real skill in a survival situation was never toughness. It was knowing which instincts to override. So the next time your brain tells you the obvious move in an emergency, ask yourself where that instinct actually came from. A movie? A rumor? Something your uncle said once with total confidence? Because in situations like these, confidence has never been the same thing as correct.